So there's a tremendous amount of really fake news, and it's very disgusting. The fact that, the fake news, we always think they've sort of gone as bad as they can be, and yet they find ways to be faker and badder. Some might even call it worse, but I like to call it badder because I think it sounds worse to say badder than a worse, because worse uh, doesn't have the word bad in it. You see that? So you almost forget that it means more than bad because it says worse, but it's actually badder. Because we say the baddest, but we say worse instead of bad, and it's a very stupid thing in terms of words. What's going on with trying to make words not sound as um, badder as they are with worseness. But there was a report that said, oh, President Trump had a secret MRI. And it wasn't a secret, it was very public. I went into you can't do a sneak MRI. They say, sir, uh, you're 200 pounds, 6'6", so you'll have to be in our special super athletic build MRI machine. I guess that's the only thing that was sort of an issue. They had to find, they said to the Washington Redskins, we don't call them the Commanders, no, we don't. We call them Redskins. And the Washington Bullets, also Wizards. No, the only wizard I respect is David Duke. So I call them the Washington Bullets for our Second Amendment. Although it's tough, right? Because Second Amendment, we like it when it's white guys, but when it's black basketball players and bullets, we sort of say, oh no, that's crime. That's not Second Amendment. That's real bad stuff right there. So I went in for an MRI on my big brain. They said the doctor gave me some highlights magazines in the waiting room to entertain myself. And then when we went in, he said, how's your big brain, Mr. President, sir? And I said, my big brain is big. Thank you, doctor. And he gave me a lollipop. And he said, you just sit here. You just sit here. And you lie down, sir, and put on these headphones. And it had strong, I think, Raffi music playing. And they scanned my big brain for bigness. And it was big and strong.